Kniters, today is not Thursday. It is Friday, but I was so busy yesterday, like crazy busy, and I just didn't have time to make a video, but I still want to make a video this week, so I'm infringing on Michael's day. I apologize. We are joined today by the lovely Elvis. He's gonna chill with us. I don't know. He doesn't care. Anyway, things. In no particular order, or in a particular order, Michael, you were talking about giving up alcohol when you were talking about wine for Lent, and I thought that was funny just because my entire Passover involved drinking a lot of wine. So, like, while you were trying to be good and push it off a little bit, I was enjoying your vice, I guess. So I don't know if I'm rubbing it in your face or just saying that's kind of funny. I don't know. Basically, Passover just involves a lot of wine. By the two main meals, you have to drink 4 cups of wine. Most people drink grape juice, or at least half the cups grape juice, because 4 cups of wine is a lot. But me and my brother and my father are very into wine, so we just drink a lot of wine, and it's fun. Jenny, you were talking about Tamara Pierce books. You were asking me about Tamara Pierce books. And it's funny because you wrote like, oh, it feels like I missed out on my childhood, because when I mention Tamara Pierce to somebody, either they know exactly who she is and they've read like all her books and they love her and they're like me about it, or they've never heard of her in their life, like ever. So it is not like, I don't think you missed out on your childhood. I think it just, some people found her as a kid and ended up getting real obsessed, and some people found other authors. But yeah, I love Tamara Pierce. I'm actually sitting purposely in front of my bookcase because this bookcase, one of my bookcases, this one has all my Tamara Pierce books. Ooh, there's more on the bottom shelf, whatever. But these are the main ones. Basically, she writes she writes lots of little series, and each one normally has 4 books in them. But she has 2 different worlds. One is called the World of Emmeline, which is more about magic and stuff. And one is called the World of Tortal, which is more about knights and fighting, and badass, female knights and stuff like that. It does have magic in the world too, but it's not like the main point. So she has it's basically like, they're just 2 completely different worlds. But I don't even know where to tell you to start. But I was going to say, if she does, you were saying about books for girls, and she does write, that's her thing. Like, she writes really amazing female characters and really complex female characters, and like different. Like, it's not like, oh, every single character in her books is just, oh, a badass fighter. They're all different. They all have different strengths and different weaknesses, and it's very, very well written books. And they're still written for children, so they're still children's books. But I really enjoy them. And the whole thing about these books is that while they have all these really strong female characters, they are definitely not just written for girls. Like, they are not girly books. Like, there is plenty of stuff that I think anybody can enjoy. And whatever. I'm a fan of her, obviously, so I could rant about her forever. But this was like, I think it was one of her first books. This is called, I have a really old cover. This is called Alanna. Oh, let's talk about covers for a second. Sorry, total side note. Like, evolution of covers. This is one of the first Alanna editions, and she just looks, I don't know. They made her look like she's almost a boy, but you can't really tell, because she's in these books, she pretends to be a boy because she wants to be a knight, and it's that kind of story. And then I was missing the last 2 books, so I went to go buy it, and this is like a year or 2 ago, and look, they made her like modern, and then they put the 2 guys, like her 2 love interests, are on the cover now, even though like it's not really about them. So, and like the love interests are like super sexy looking. I don't know, guys. I have issues with modern day covers. Anyway, so yeah, Alanna is about this girl who wants to be a knight. So she dresses up as a boy, and they were expecting at the palace place where they trade knights. They were expecting a boy anyway because her twin brother was supposed to come, and he ends up running off and being a mage. This isn't a spoiler. This is in the first chapter. So yeah, that's Alanna. But my favorite books, and if you really like magic-y type of books, I mean, I like the knighthood books are good, but if you like magic-y type of books, this is the first of the Emmeline series. It's called Sandrys book, and it's called The Circle of Magic. There are 4 books in this series, and then there's A Circle Opens, which has 4 books, and then there's like 2 standalones out after that. I'm actually in the middle of the most recent standalone called Battle Magic. That's the one I showed you last week. But yeah, and it's you really get the evolution of the characters, because in the first series, they're like 11 years old, and then the second series, they're 14, and then in the one I'm reading now, one of them is 16, and then in the other standalone book called Will of the Empress, they're 18. So and you really see how the characters change. So, I mean, there are other books I could talk about, but basically I would start off with either Alanna or Sandrys book, which is the first book in the Circle of Magic series. And then you can, like, work your way through. If you like the first book, then you can work your way through the other books. Anyway, that's a lot of talking about Tamara Pierce. My cat got bored during all that and jumped off my bed. I was going to say something about Kayla. Kayla was saying you were reading that book about philosophy. I also took a class on philosophy and hated it and failed it and just couldn't. I don't even know. I've taught philosophy in like high school and all sorts of stuff. I don't know, the college level philosophy class just threw me off. But I thought it was funny. We had Jewish philosophy classes when I had that year in Israel. And I think maybe it was just because we weren't talking about specific philosophers, but I enjoyed that a lot more. Like, I think I enjoy not having to remember what every philosopher thinks on a subject and rather just think about what I think on the subject. I don't know. That's my thing. And I think I'm going to start... Wait, where is it? This is the first book of Game of Thrones that I started a while ago and it's about a little almost halfway through and then never picked up after like a year. So I might start it over because you guys are reading Game of Thrones, so we're basically having Game of Thrones read along. And I have been watching the episodes because I love the show. I think it's amazing. So maybe I'll read up on some Game of Thrones and try to catch up too, guys. So yeah, this video was so long. Oh my god. So basically I'm going LARPing now in about 10 minutes. So I will see Michael today and then Jenny on Monday. So that's cool. Okay, bye.